Oh, hi there. Good morning, good evening, good night. It's another episode of Layer 1 Live. We're bringing you the latest from the cryptocurrency industry, the NFT industry, the DeFi industry, just packaging it all in one episode throughout the week with the lads in one of the beariest days that ever bared. And then a quick recovery back to wherever the hell we were at before. It's good to see everybody in the house. This is another episode of Layer 1 Live. Shout out to all the new members. Layer 1, Lads Crypto Network, Lads City, we are blowing up right now. We are getting new members. Shout out to, and I want to make sure I say this correctly, Mushalo, our new noble, holding 5,000 lads in his wallet. I know we got some things going on with the wallets. We are talking with Collabland today. We are going to be working out a layer 2 for those wallets so that you could tip, you could do all these things within the Roll wallet. But we already know what it is. We're innovating over here. There's going to be some issues. So I know you guys have been working through that. I appreciate you stopping by here today. It is Layer 1 Live. It's a crazy time right now. And don't I say that every week? Sitting around 53K, 53.6K on Bitcoin. But what a little dip there we had. What a bear cycle. See you next year. It's basically what we're doing here, guys. Up, down minimally, and then get rid of the degen traders, and then we're back up. That's basically what's happening here today. Let me know what you think of the markets right now, man. I've got some FUD for you today, by the way. Other than the NFT market, although, you know, the DeFi industry is doing very well themselves, I've got some FUD. Some Janet Yellen. Trying to FUD up Bitcoin a little bit. Nice to see everybody in the house. It looks like we have about 30 of you guys here early. Get everyone in here. All-time high is going to be 116. Schedule for this week, we're going to run NFT Live on Wednesday. We are going to be running Easy Street. Easy Street's got Mintgate on the episode. Easy's been doing a great job with that. We have Layer 1 Live again on Friday, and then we have Lads Poker this weekend. Oh, I missed Lads Game Night on Friday night. Lads Radio as well on Friday, post Layer 1 Live. Okay, so Friday's going to be Layer 1 Live, Lads Radio, Lads Game Night. And then we're going to be doing poker on Saturday. Shout out to XPlow there. That's kind of the schedule for the week. Shout out to everybody in the house that has just joined us over the past, 7 days. How do we earn lads? Join the Discord. We got some great mods. We got some great members that'll walk you through that. I don't want to bore everyone here today because they want to know about what the hell just happened overnight. I'm not drawing squigglies. We're just using CoinGecko today. What happened here? 53 down to 50-ish K. I think it dropped a little bit below that on some of the markets. We had $700 Ethereum at one point on Kraken. Basically what happened here, guys, is if you were leveraged long, and we say this all the time, leverage long, leverage short, whatever. If you were levered up, you got wrecked again. Congratulations. Here we go. Overnight, crazy ETH flash crash on Kraken to $700. What does that mean? That means even if you weren't levered up that much, like your stop loss was going to be like 1,000, we're never going to go back to 1,000, were we? Unless you're on Kraken. I have no idea what went down. Skewed, I think, has the video of this. This is on Kraken again. Going down to 700. That means that even if you were levered up a little bit, and you said it like maybe 900, 800, you got stopped out because it wicked down to 700. So basically, overnight, degen traders got liquidated. We had about 2 billion liquidated overnight. This is not even correct. Almost 1.8 billion liquidated. I think it's up to 2. So there were a ton of people levered up, mostly happening on Binance, by the way. A lot of levered up people on Binance trading BNB, liquidated during a bull run. So 1.8 billion in the bank there for the house. As is typically happens when Bitcoin initiates a sharp move south, most of the altcoin market followed with even more substantial losses. Ethereum plummeted by 12% from 2,000 all the way down to 1,800. XRP slumped by 18%, BNB by 23%. And again, a lot of these liquidations happened with Binance. I got multiple stories to be thrown up on the screen here. We're going to go through exactly what happened. But the reason Binance was probably down 23%, although it did, have this move up to like $300, $400 over the past week, some of it probably had to do with some rocket fuel going down south. When you get stopped out, when you get liquidated, definitely, that shit starts moving quick. Shortly after, all these coins bounced and reclaimed most of the lost value. So, bear market's over. We've been calling for a pullback since 2 to 3 weeks ago. So now what we can do is say, hey, we're smart. It did pull back. Healthy retracement, guys. Now we can just, take the stairs on up again. Want to give a quick shout out. Kieran is in the house saying, sir, we are live. Easy is late, but he is here. Everybody's talking about 700. Who the hell picked up at 700? If you listen, that's on some of these exchanges, if that happens and you had your orders, who has their orders stuck at 700 is really like, why do you, I guess for moments like this. So a bunch of liquidations. I'll continue going through this, but I want to show this one more time. This was on Kraken alone. Flash crash to 700 on this singular exchange. If you set your stop losses here, 900, 950, 1,000, thinking that we are never going back to these levels again, well, we went to those levels in 30 minutes. I want to point out really quick, no one liked one of the best tweets that I've ever had in my entire life. I tweet about one bullish movement upwards, and I get like 10 retweets, 10 likes. One bearish tweet, although this is like the death of bear, and you guys can't give me any love here. I thought it was funny. Anyways, that bear market lasted all of an hour, guys, and we are completely almost reached 53K for Bitcoin right now. It defies everything. I feel like every time I get on here, I'm talking about that now. Just makes no sense because the pullback happens, but it lasts all of 2 seconds, and then we're just caring about our business. More liquidations here on screen. 25 million in DeFi loans liquidated as Ethereum price falls. So here's another thing that we're not going to talk about now. I mean, I guess we can talk about it now. Gas prices. So people that would have got out of their positions but couldn't, especially within DeFi, high gas fees are a likely contributor to DeFi liquidations. Gas denominated in Ether is needed to close out positions so as not to be liquidated. The average transaction fee hit unparalleled record highs Monday at $29 for a basic transaction. Easy says, I have some old orders in, but not on Kraken. China's in the house. What's going on, China? Appreciate it. Stopping by today. Left House Crypto. Tom is talking about Crypto.com. Let me know what happened with Crow. Crow popped like crazy. Our man Dimitri sent me this morning. Crow had a ridiculous pop. Up 50% over 24 hours when most of the tokens were going the other way. Couple more stories here as it relates to this drop. Bitcoin price falls $10,000. I mean, this is going to increase over time. This because it's a dollar based. They're using the dollar here. This is only going to increase as we go higher, right? I see some of you guys liking the bear tweet now. I appreciate it. Bitcoin price falls $10,000 in largest daily drop in history. I believe the previous largest drop was back in January. Yeah, January 11th. So this ridiculously sharp drop that we all kind of predicted would happen at some point. It was just trying to figure out, okay, how long is that going to last? Apparently not that long, because there's just people waiting in the wings to buy up in the Bitcoin in the blood-soaked, basically the blood of degen traders on their hands, or at least on that Bitcoin, because that's who got wrecked in this. If you just buy and hold in this market, you're going to be completely fine. Not investment advice. That's basically the situation. So, how many we got in the house? We got about 45 in the house. Okay, all-time high is 116. Let's get to sharing the episode. I want to hit all-time highs again on Layer 1 Live. We've been, at least on that Bitcoin, we've been absolutely crushing it on NFT Live, but I want to hit it on Layer 1 Live. All right, what do we got here? And of course, everyone's going to come out of the woodwork. Everything's overbought. Everything's overbought. This is why it's crashing. No shit. We were just waiting on it. There's some Janet Yellen news. Apparently some people are tying this little drop here in with the U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen talking about Bitcoin, calling it a highly speculative asset. Is that what constitutes as FUD these days? That's the FUD that we're getting these days. We need India, we need Korea to come out with some FUD, because that just no longer is FUD in my opinion. So a lot of people are going to say a 15% correction could happen, taking some steam out of the hot market before reaching new highs. The thing that these people aren't saying is that those freaking moves will be another 60 seconds, another 60 minutes, and we'll be back. The more upward parabolic move and fast move, the more fragile it is, so a pullback would be more than welcome. Yeah, but the pullback only lasted all of, that amount of time. Forgot to mute Discord again. That's me, guys. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. I know some people are coming through with some good comments. Left House saying gas was over 500 for me today. Thomas saying sold a smidge of ETH for DAI yesterday. Should probably get back in there. You might have missed it. Depending on where you timed it, you might have missed the dip already. That's how quick it was. I'll be a professional trader and pull up TradingView. Let's see. This is going to be a fun one. I wonder if they'll give us the 700 dip. This is on Kraken. Yep. There's the wick. Imagine being this person. Oh, I could lever up. It's fine. My stop loss is at 700. Before we hit 700, I'll be able to close my position easily. Nope. Easy and Crypto saying, remember to smash, follow, and then go like, retweet, lads. Thank you very much. Easy's in the house telling you what you should be doing. No llama sighting today. Overman saying Janet was yelling at Bitcoin, and I'm going to shut down the stream because that was... That's one strike, Overman. That's one strike. All right, so we're seeing 1754. Let's go back out. Actually, let's go in. I'm going in, ma. Yeah. So, depending on, again, where you caught this, there's not much. It was so quick, man, and you just wonder what environment this is going to lead to, right? If this is the pullback and then we just continue to go up, all bets are off. Not that they weren't before. Last story here. Bitcoin falls below 54 as derivatives positions worth over 1 billion are liquidated. This shit happened so quickly that I had to almost think about doing the thumbnail over again. The thumbnail says market pullback. About 1.5 billion worth of open interest was liquidated by crypto exchanges in the last 24 hours. Here we go. Most of the liquidations occurred on Binance, followed by Huobi and Bybit, while in terms of crypto assets, Bitcoin positions, followed by ETH and XRP. What's the problem with trading spot, man? You guys want to get rich so quick. I don't want it in a month. I want it today. I feel for the guys on Kraken, though. I do. Thomas is saying you could be in leverage, you could be in collateral dApps, but you need to cover your ass and not overextend and make sure you don't get liquidated if your coin drops to a third of the price. I get that. I do get that. You need to cover that, and if you can be smart. But the simple fact of the matter is, if you buy and hold here in this type of market, you're probably going to do just fine. It's the fact that you want to make money quicker. Which to each his own, man. So that was basically the news we had overnight. That was the news we had overnight. Just a quick pullback. We're back to, barring anything that happens in the next 48 hours here, it's back to normal. So we will see where that leads us. It's great to see everybody here on this Monday, man. Great to see. We got 51 in the house. If you are new to what we're doing here with Lads, with Layer 1, drop a comment, man. We got a lot of really awesome members here that'll get you set up. If you're brand new to crypto, if you're brand new to DeFi, brand new to NFTs, hop into Discord, ask the questions here. That's the benefit, really, of what we're doing here with Lads. A lot of communities are really singularly focused on a single project. We got guys that have their, fingers in everything. So to me, there's no better place to get to learning than what you got here. So good to see everybody again. We will get on to the quick news. Hopefully you had diamond hands with your Uniswap. This story was on February 21st, so we'll need to go back and check the price of Uni here. $12,000 for free. 12 G's for free. So everybody knows about that Uniswap airdrop back in the day that was followed, or that was following a SUSHI airdrop, right? And we got some more stories here that are going to kind of meld into what we were talking about here. Kind of the differences of where we see Uni at this point to SUSHI. But if you receive this airdrop of 400 Uni tokens, hopefully you didn't sell $2. S. Dot says, brand new shout out to NFT Live. Yeah, shout out to NFT Live, man. Those guys are awesome. One of their co-hosts is pretty cool. Easy Encrypted saying, man, should have kept all my Uni. I think that's how a lot of us feel. So the story I'm going to pull up next is pretty much SUSHI and Uni, right? And where we see those two going. SUSHI's seen a relatively strong Q1, right? We had that situation where they did the airdrop. There weren't a lot of good things happening back then. There were a lot of bad things happening to SUSHI, to be honest. We had that sushi chef sell about $13 million worth of sushi. We had him kind of buy back, but we had kind of a change in hands, right? About 50 cents was the low here. We're up to about 16.47. And I really like the things that SUSHI is doing. And I don't think I would have said that, back when they first kind of forked in front ran. So this is where we kind of like look back. Yeah, 1inch is trying the same thing. 1inch is more of an aggregator, right? 1inch is trying to be a DEX aggregator. I guess when you look at your Uni transactions, though, you're probably getting some form of DEX aggregation if it's a smaller token. Like if they can't find it on Uni, maybe it's on Balancer or something like that. All right, so the story here that I wanted to kind of pull up to you guys, we see Sushi's rise. They're doing a lot of interesting things, and I've got this in the comments. DEX goals diverge as Sushi and Uni rally to meet new highs. One of the really cool things I want to look back on here with you guys is the Sushi fork and the airdrop. And the more and more I look back at it now, the more and more I'm convinced that Uni was getting ready to do their airdrop. And that and it talks about it in the story as well, how Uni actually did the airdrop when they did it in response to Sushi's drop. And that makes sense. I mean, you saw Hayden talk a lot about kind of being, he was upset with the Sushi launch. And a lot of people were like, hey man, what's going on here? This is decentralization, open source code. Why are you kind of like freaking out? You've got a great platform, a lot of liquidity. But the more and more you look at it, they front ran the shit out of that airdrop. But you can't see it in real time because you didn't know maybe the timeline of what's going on with Uni. Thomas Erickson said, that's when I made most of the mistakes, trying to get rich quick. Sushi does seem here to stay. I think SBF Alameda has done a great job as well. And in that partnership and what they're doing. And I encourage you guys to check out this article because it's a really, really good article. I know I'm taking up like a third of this area. So this is it here. While Uni had likely been planned for a release at some point, many saw that surprise airdrop as being a bid to stop a potential vampire attack that would drain the liquidity from Uni to Sushi. And we did see a big move of liquidity move into SushiSwap. But then we did have that situation where Nomi dumped his tokens and then kind of bought them back after we said no, don't do that, please. And there's been a change of hands. Obviously, FTX is involved. But they make some interesting points on how this looks a little bit different. The fees are a little bit different right now. The potential fees going to, apparently, Uniswap, and the way that they're running their governance, a lot of the fees are going to go to a treasury that will lead to further development, whereas Sushi right now is looking to divert those fees to the community. There was also a little bit of talk here about how they actually rolled out the token, the distribution. I think Sushi's sitting somewhere around 81, 82%. Uniswap's around 60 to 65. So a little bit of more decentralized distribution there. And that's not talking shit on Uniswap. I'm not a user of Sushi whatsoever. I probably should be. But it's a really awesome article and you guys should give it a look. But I'm half of the reason I bring these articles, third of the reason I bring these articles on is because I want to hear what the community has to say about what the difference is. Expo is in the house saying, lesson today, hold like Lohan does in the NFT. True. Although GB hit me in the chat and said she lowered the price again. Unfortunate. All right, we got 54 of you guys in the house. Welcome to Layer 1 Live. We are covering Sushi. We're covering Uni. I'm interested in your guys' play here. I love when the chat is lit. Have you tried out Sushi? Have you tried that platform? Have you gone in to those respective pools? I know X Sushi launched a little while ago. You're able to utilize that on Aave. Are you guys a Uni fan or a Sushi fan? If you're not a Sushi fan, what's keeping you from using that platform? So Here's a good point while I wait for your comments to roll in. In March of 2021, the Uni community will have the ability to divert 0.05% of all fees on the platform to the Uniswap treasury, which is governed by the Uni token. The fees will accrue in the treasury, and Uni token holders will be able to vote on what to do with those funds. SUSHI, on the other hand, has had that 0.05% fee in place since it was created in September 2020, and the Governance Council agreed that the money generated is used to purchase SUSHI directly and award its stakers, providing a direct source of income. So there's a little bit of subtle differences between the projects here. I think it's honestly, the SUSHI Uni story is one of my favorite to cover in the whole space. Yeah. Nikhil saying Uni fan, when EIP 1559 to come fast. You and us both, brother. You and the whole community. What do we got right now? Doing all right. So, SUSHI is looking to make it an argument, and I think they've done that. You know, I think back when they first forked, maybe a month afterwards, wasn't necessarily going to be a situation that worked. But we've seen kind of a change in hands. We've seen more professionalism. SUSHI has also seen a recent spike in trading volume on Uniswap, showing that the fight for the title of top DEX is just getting started in these early rounds. So, here's the last bit I want to touch on here. With fees going to a treasury rather than directly to token holders, Uni has been more appealing to investors with a long-term outlook who prefer the approach of accumulating capital in a treasury, with SUSHI offering a more community-oriented and governed system that provides direct income to token holders from fees generated. Really cool, awesome article there. I think a lot of the information actually comes from Delphi. So, shout out to those guys. Really awesome story. Give it a look. 57 in the house. Moving on to Polkadot here. There's a couple things I want to touch on. I want to give you guys kind of an overlook of the Polkadot ecosystem as it stands now. But I definitely want to cover this story as well. So we got Clover Finance raising $3 million from Polychain. OGs in the space. Oh, you guys really blew up that bear comment. There you go. Thank you. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to relentlessly shill my tweets. Before I get to this Polkadot, I want to get to some of your guys' comments. You guys killed it. Easy saying, I like the OG Uni, but I wouldn't mind trying SUSHI. Scott is late, but he is here. DJ says he uses Uni and 1inch, yet they both suck. Remember the night we got our Uni airdrop? Lads was lit. Yep, that was a fun time. Can Wolf's in the house. Give him a shout out. I'm over here wishing DeFi would recognize EOS, but good for Uni. Yeah. There's a lot of things I wish for EOS, man. One of the tokens that I am in right now that I am interested in when it comes to a layer 2 solution or a scaling solution for what's going on is Quick. You know, they really haven't hit the market cap. They really haven't, hit the supply metrics here. But through a couple of tweets I was able to see, I believe the supply is at 1 million capped. If you guys don't know what QuickSwap is, it's the layer 2 for Matic, now named Polygon. So it looks like Uni, you can kind of see here, has had an amazing run. And I own some tokens. This is not financial advice, anything like that. But I like what they're doing with every week, every other day, you're hearing about some NFT projects moving over. Karen hit it on the head, guys. I'm not here to bring you the information. I'm here to be a crypto Twitter influencer. Goals. Brian's in the house saying, "What's up, lads?" Oh, my coins is here as well. Yeah, listen, some people didn't make it. Some people did not make it. We knew thee well. I think we're gonna survive here. Whale community's in the house. Lads are in the house. Yes, sir. Shout out to the whale community. Shout out to Whale Shark. You guys are killing it, man. So, I'll get to this Polkadot story. Really like what they're... I mean, Polkadot's Polkadot. So we've got a Substrate project here. Clover Finance has closed a $3 million seed round for building a bridge between Ethereum and Polkadot, with the addition to a planned future bridge with Bitcoin. So, obviously, Polychain is involved. Olaf over there making moves. Hypersphere, BitHum Global, and Divergence Ventures. Looks like Clover's joining Substrate-based project Snowfork and Coding House ChainSafe and producing cross-chain bridges from Ethereum to Polkadot. Interoperability. Take your shot. We mentioned it on the cast. So, basically building bridges between Ethereum, between Bitcoin, between Polkadot. These are all good things. I'm going to pull up Polkadot's ecosystem right now. It's a hard one to swallow. Definitely is. If you're like getting into Polkadot for the first time, it's a little bit overwhelming. Obviously, they're looking to be in a la, Solana, a la Ethereum. I had it up here. Complete ecosystem overview. Unfortunate. I'm going to try to find this for you guys before I move on. See if I can find the picture here. We might have to move on. You're going to have to take my word for it, guys. All right, we're going to have to move on. I do have like it looks like I have kind of an overview of their DeFi ecosystem. Not exactly what I was looking at and looking for. So, Polkadot's going to continue to move. We knew that when it was kind of started. And we'll continue to kind of watch them as they go. If you know about the Polkadot ecosystem, please feel free to drop that information, man. We're seeing these other layer 1s pick up. These layer 1s with scaling solutions. We're going to talk a little bit about Binance Chain. I spent a ton of time talking about Binance Chain. CZ's doing some interesting things. So that is Polkadot. The last thing I'm going to touch on in quick news before we make it to NFTs, and holy shit, the NFT scene is unlike anything I ever expected even 6 months ago, let alone a year ago. Getting some whale love in the house. YZ is in the house. Hello, everyone. Hello, YZ. Freak is in the house. Hi, lads. Good to see you. All right, a third Bitcoin ETF taking aim at North American markets. Basically, Canada is moving quickly. Canada is moving quickly to get institutional investors Bitcoin exposure through these Bitcoin ETFs. Yet another Canadian Bitcoin exchange traded fund is taking a crack at the North American market. CI Global Asset Manager, the subsidiary of Canadian financial capital CI Financial, today filed a preliminary prospectus. Novogratz is involved in this via Galaxy Digital. And it looks like Gemini is going to be the custody provider here. So a lot of big pieces of news here. As you can see, if the ETF is approved, it'll be Canada's third after Evolve and Purpose launched their own this week. We covered this last week, and they actually did some good volume. We covered the other ETFs. 80 million worth of shares in its first hour, 165 million in the first day for Purpose's ETF. So They're moving forward. USA. Red, white, and blue. What is taking so long? Obviously, using this Bitcoin ETF, institutional investors are going to be able to get exposure without going to Grayscale, who is lining their freaking pockets. But just another slab on the road to adoption. And that is my breaking thought for the day. Okay. I don't know where to begin. Actually, I do know where to begin when it comes to NFTs. For the rest of time, I will refer to NFTs, and I might get strung up for this. Again, it's not necessarily, Ethereum has been the biggest player for NFTs in the entire spectrum, like in the entire history of life. Talking about the original non-fungible token smart contracts on Ethereum. But I will forever, in reference to the timeline, talk about before Top Shot and after Top Shot. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. NBA Top Shot sees 32 million a day of trading volume. 32 mil. And guess what? It's already been broken. 44 million in a day. $44 million in a single freaking day. And there are a lot of factors that contribute to this. And one of the coolest things that you will see about this NBA Top Shot story is the amount of buyers. $32,745 buyers. Rohan was talking the other day about how, I think it was literally, might have been yesterday, he was specifically talking about them doing more volume in a single day than CryptoKitties has done. And I think it was by number of transactions. I'm not completely certain. I would need to go back to his Twitter. But 32,000 buyers, 164,000 transactions, and 44 million in a day, which beats even this story by Decrypt talking about 32 million a day. Absolutely nuts. So that's the way I'm looking. I mean, 3 months ago, guys, if a team did like 50K, if a team did 50 to 75K in 24-hour sales, you were killing it. And now it's all different. Now it's all changed. And I'm going to take you through some of these tweets, man, because it's like such a, I was talking to a buddy the other day, and he was saying the butterfly flaps, right? Where you have that continuous butterfly effect that leads you to this moment. And there are so many different factors that play into this. Obviously, you can't talk about anything going on without talking about how coronavirus has changed society a little bit. But also the rails being laid in NFTs. We couldn't do the things we're doing now in NFTs in 2021. There's Flow launching, obviously, is big for them. They couldn't have done NBA Top Shot and done the numbers without Flow, without a scalable blockchain. There's so many different factors here, but 44 million, that's adoption, folks. It was always a talk. It was always a talking point before, and now we have it in front of our eyes. 177 million. And by the way, keep in mind, this is secondary market sales. This isn't the sales that the team is having from, the company to the actual users and investors and collectors. I don't have it on my list because we covered it a lot last week, but shout out to the Street Fighter team. Shout out to Wax for making that happen. Big brands in the space. NFTs this is the year of the NFT. We talked about it early on in the year, but maybe we weren't that, we started to see a little bit Started to see a little bit of movement, uptick in interest in crypto art, specifically Nifty Gateway. You could follow Nifty Gateway's kind of rise and say, okay, that almost mirrors the rise of everything else in the NFT space, and that's what it looks like. Kind of late Q4, you started to get an inkling. Oh, maybe 2021 will be the year of the NFT. It's the year of the NFT. And you know what's really cool? You know what's really awesome about this whole thing? It's the fact that people are starting to come into crypto via NFTs and ask what the hell is Ethereum? What the hell is Flow? What the hell is, I mean, most people know Bitcoin. But we talked about it. I remember speaking with Jiho a little while ago, and it was, hey, NFTs could be the adoption layer to crypto a little bit, right? You don't need to know about all this crazy tech. You don't need to understand. It's inherently user-facing. And now we see it in real time. People are coming in, getting involved in NFTs, whether that be NBA Top Shot or a couple others. Street Fighter is another one. Talking to a couple people about Street Fighter, they didn't know what the heck Wax or Ethereum were. So it's just a cool time in NFTs right now. I'm going to take you through some of these tweets. A lot of this increase in volume, if you hadn't been watching Twitter, is coming through NBA stars. Scalabrini's there on the thumbnail. Well, there's a reason he's there. This is kind of what we're seeing in the NBA scene right now. The NBA stars are starting to understand about what NFTs are, or at least that these collectibles are being sold for a lot. So this guy, Cole Anthony, came in through Terrence Ross, who has also been talking about it. Evan Fournier right there talking about it. So the funniest thing about this story with Terrence Ross is someone gifted him one of his own highlights, and then he went around and sold it. Can you imagine like giving an NFT to one of the guys that you watch on screen, being like, "Hey man, here, welcome to the movement," and he turns around and flips that shit. Overman saying there were so many new people with Street Fighter. I never saw that in Wax before. It's the Top Shot effect. Yeah. I think some of that did come organically from just the Street Fighter audience coming in. But yes, definitely some had to do with Top Shot. All right, I got Tyler Atnas. So Tyler Joe DeBlock. I'm a digital artist working in the gaming industry for the last 15 years. What would you say is the best place to start getting educated on NFTs as an art content creator? Lads, here. You got a ton of different resources in our own community. Hop into the Discord. Start talking to guys. I guarantee you'll get responses. Other than that, I know OpenSea has a great non-fungibles is one I'll pull up right now, I guess, since we'll touch on it right now, since we had that question. The last thing I'll say here about NBA Top Shot, I want to pull up Scalabrini. The white mamba here. Yes, I've been stacking Top Shot moments. Now I'm on the hunt for all my former teammates. So I'm just showing you this because it's a consistent movement. And this is just half of them. Not even. There are way more NBA stars. So that's, I think, where you see the 44 million in 24-hour volume. It's just NBA stars getting that into the hands of their fans. So, shout out to Roham. Shout out to the Flow team. UFC, NFL, Dr. Seuss coming. It's going to be crazy. Not financial advice. All right. Speaking of where to start with NFTs, I would touch our Discord. I would go into maybe Nifty Gateway. I would go into Clubhouse. You got to get into Clubhouse. If you want to know about NFTs, there's no quicker way. But Clubhouse is going to be a little bit, I mean, you're definitely going to get more interaction within Lads than Clubhouse, but Clubhouse is a great way. If you can get an invite there, there are a lot of people talking about NFTs in there. This is really cool. And I'm glad that you brought up gaming because this is an amazing tweet thread here. Basically, non-fungibles has been around forever. in the NFT space, collecting data, doing different things, much like a DApp radar, if you will. And they came out with their report, but the report wasn't made. There was like a paywall with the report. So Mason here kind of broke down his thoughts on basically what the report was providing. So the overall Ethereum, and most of this is Ethereum. I think this is only Ethereum, if I'm not mistaken, because they didn't mention Flow, they didn't mention Wax. The overall Ethereum NFT ERC 721's only market capitalization currently sits around 338 million. He says, in his opinion, it will easily double or if not quadruple in 2021. Doesn't even include the native tokens on these platforms. Metaverses account for the most sales, likely because they have the largest TM, while art and gaming come in second and third. Each category of NFTs has 1 to 2 projects that make up a large portion of volume. Art, definitely a breakout use case, as he says here. Clear product market fit with artists. Surpassed 120 million with Nifty Gateway and Super Rare accounting for most volume. Look at that chart. Look at that chart. Unreal. Clubhouse is only iOS, yes. This is interesting right here. This is good information. It doesn't appear that art collectors value one brand over others yet. Wallet interactions between art platforms like Async, Super Rare, Known Origin are all very high, meaning collectors, artists are exploring multiple platforms. Shout out to Zora there. This is big. I'm going to retweet it. It's that big. Actually, I retweeted the other one. This is something that we haven't even touched yet. Based on, again, one of the things he was talking about, the technical difficulties, right? Gaming is yet to fully take off largely because of technical challenges, and two of the other above projects have their own side chains. The first part being the most important. Gaming is going to absolutely be huge. As far as the amount of money in the industry, gaming blows away any of the other sectors here. You can actually see it. It's right in front of me. Market distribution. That's currently, right? And I believe I'm almost positive this is outside. I don't know exactly the market distribution here by number of sales. I don't know if that's outside the industry or if he's talking about NFTs themselves. But as far as being able to say, hey, what's a huge, gigantic industry that hasn't even been touched yet? I mean, there have been a few, right? You could put Axie in there. You could definitely put Gods Unchained in there. Splinterlands is doing some cool things. Shout out to those guys. But this hasn't even been touched yet. That's the point I'm trying to make. We're saying NFTs are going to be huge. The biggest sub-industry within what could be NFTs, although, you could mess around with the terminology there. Gaming hasn't even been touched, so I'm excited for that. He goes into metaverses. Land sales are interesting. Really cool thread. I don't have time to go through it all. DeFi and NFT build out is going to be very, very interesting. Using your NFTs to get yield on specific projects. All right, I'm going to touch some of these comments. Xpaw saying there was a stream the other day with Top Shot Team and an NBA star. He opened a pack and got a moment of someone dunking. Yes. Oh my God, please send that to me. That is instant gold. That's going to exist. I just touched on gaming. There are going to be meme game moments. I could see, people that are in streaming, that are in gaming right now, streamers specifically, they're going to have NFTs. We're already seeing Logan Paul. Yeah, don't talk about my girl Lindsay. Don't talk about my girl Lindsay here on the stream, guys. Please. But as far as the Logan Pauls, as far as all these streamers, it's going to be immensely profitable for them to sell their own collectible NFTs. Scott Harris is saying, if we play our cards right, we could all make millions by selling NFTs and have a great time while doing so. I'm with you, brother. I'm here. All right. I know I'm getting lost in the sauce here in NFTs. I want to get to a couple other stories, a couple other quick stories that I'm just going to hit. It looks like Sandbox is working with CoinCheck, a large exchange in Japan. They're actually going to have some land sales. They provided them some land so that they could actually sell that to their constituents on their platform. Right, so users of CoinCheck, they're going to auction that off. Why is this important? Eventually, if Sand is not already, there might have been some stories. There were a couple tokens that got the AOK from Japanese regulators, but I don't know if Sand is one of them yet. But this could be moving in the right direction for Sand. This is an interesting one that came across Play to Earn. Shout out to Robert over there doing a great job. Robonomica is the latest collectible game on Wax that's all about space exploration. Now, the one cool thing about this is they're using NFTs to actually bootstrap what they're doing. And, we just saw a large IP in Street Fighter come through the doors. Those are awesome. You get the experience, you get all that stuff. But supporting indie NFT games, I think, is definitely on my list of things to do while we're in the NFT space. As you can see, they expect a closed alpha version of Robonomica in 2022. Even though the final product is still very far away, the developers will sell collectible NFT cards featuring all kinds of cute robots. The idea is to fund development along the way while players prepare for the actual game to launch early time next year. So, myself, I'll probably get involved in this. Just, again, with the ethos of let's not just expect big IP brands in here, big IPs. Let's help them out, right? So I'm probably going to get involved in that. I could probably take you through into the actual website front end as well, so you can kind of see the vibe with what they're going for. Interesting move. I like the interface a little bit. Seems smooth. So they're going with some worlds here. Not going to spend too much time on it, but coming to Wax, I believe the sales will start in March. Tom is saying he did not get dunked on. Devin Booker passed it on for an assist. You stay ignoring my comments. I'm going to go with this. It's the profile images. Right now on my screen, you're showing as brown. It's kind of tough to see against the background of the actual YouTube comments. Rich Satoshi saying the Blanco NFTs will be huge. Blancos. Yeah, Blancos is doing some good stuff. I like Blancos. Korea loves Polkadot. I love Korea. Andre is saying, should we expect other Capcom NFTs like Pokemon on Wax? I don't think is Pokemon isn't owned by Capcom, is it? Scott Harris is saying sale day, sale day, sale day. Yeah, possibly. We'll see. Tomika is saying don't forget to like. Yes, please, guys. Don't forget to like that. It's your first time here. We're breaking down the full industry, but we are touching on NFT specifically. Yeah, NFT gaming, Alien Worlds is still going to be the top, 100%. I'm going to check out Polychain Games here. Real games, real rewards. We'll do a breakdown here because we have NFT Live on Wednesday. We'll break down Polychain Games, definitely. Matic, Maker, Avalanche, Chainlink. Love it. Apparently Shep loves it too. Okay. This is what we're going to do. How to own, I'm gonna pass on that one. So the story I had lined up next, guys, was going to be MegaCryptoPolis going from Tron to Polygon. And so I have one question here. Why do you need to specifically move from Tron to Polygon? Usually you see the NFT projects moving from Ethereum to Polygon. Tron is obviously a layer 1, solution there. Why do they need to move? But they are moving. It's another reason why I like QuickSwap. So QuickSwap's that AMM there. The more projects start to migrate to Polygon, the better for QuickSwap, the better for obviously Polygon itself. So there are some instances here where a lot of the assets, or at least some of the assets, are going to still be on Tron for the time being. But we do see some or most of the assets moving over to Polygon. So that'll be interesting to see. I think that's about it. We hit almost everything I wanted to hit. I was going to hit on B20, but for the most part, we already kind of know what's going on with B20 and Beeple's art. Although a lot of the B20 or a lot of the Beeple art actually got shipped and was like all across my timeline. Super jealous there. All right, we're going to hit DeFi and we're going to be up and out of here, guys. Great to see everybody today. Got about 60 guys in the house. Jonathan's in the house, said, just saw something interesting to get today on Telegram about pinup warlords. Looks like something to keep an eye on. Nintendo owns Pokemon. Yeah, that's what I figured. All right, so we are going to touch on the last two stories here as it relates to DeFi. And there was a lot of stories that I touched on that were DeFi here. So as far as a dedicated version, it looks like we got more information on Binance Smart Chain and what they're doing with the users on this platform. It looks like, and take this for what you will, Binance Smart Chain has crossed users, or at least PancakeSwap has crossed users with Uniswap. Now they're doing that by number of active wallets, right? Unique active wallets. Those can be fudged. But again, the data is here. As data from DappRadar shows, the PancakeSwap DEX, which runs on Binance Smart Chain, is now flipped Ethereum-based DEX Uniswap in the number of unique active wallets. PancakeSwap has 47.47 million versus Uniswap's 43.7. So this is just more information on Binance Smart Chain. We talked about that. There were some interesting things going on with withdrawals and deposits being suspended on ETH this morning again. That is something we'll have to keep an eye on. A lot of people are thinking, hey, CZ, what are you doing there? Any new buys on Street Fighter? From myself, no, I haven't really sold any other than those initial 3. That was a great return, though. Love me some Street Fighter. So we're going to continuously watch some, BSC, right? They've got the money. I'm not going to go over it too much again, but CZ is going to be able to show your project. He's got some money to put towards Launchpad, put towards funding. Obviously, the scaling's a little bit better. Once you're on these platforms, once you're on Polygon, once you're on BSC, it's a wrap. All right. The last bit I'm going to touch on here before I hop out of here. Bitwise launching a new DeFi fund offering exposure for accredited investors. I'm going to take us through the actual pieces that are going to be in here. So initially, the constituents of the fund will include Uniswap, Aave, Synthetics, Maker, Compound, UMA, Wiren, 0x, and Loopring. But why is this important? It's because institutional investors are moving down the list and becoming more comfortable with DeFi. So I got the quick take here. Crypto asset manager Bitwise says it has launched the first DeFi index fund. I think there would be some complaints from inside the DeFi community. The nearly $1 billion firm's new fund, the Bitwise DeFi Crypto Fund, offers accredited investors exposure to tokens like Uni and Aave. Continues down the list. They've already launched like an initial version, right? There's Bitwise 10 product. As for Bitwise's new fund, the firm has been prioritizing its launch since the rollout of its Bitwise 10 product on the public over-the-counter markets at the end of December. HR is coming in the house with 25. Is that Hong Kong dollars? I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Love the donations coming through. I appreciate it very much. Absolutely killing it. I'm going to keep it up. I don't know if I'm going to weightlift. Thank you guys so much for the support. This is really awesome to do for you guys each week, man. We're only going to continue like upping the amount of content that we bring to you. We actually have Buffalo as well as Ronan hopping on this week. I know that Buffalo's had himself a hell of a week IRL. Cogs or Splinterlands? I don't. Is that? You want me to break them down? I don't want to be ignoring your comments. 25 reminds it. GB just stays breaking down my Lohan purchase, which is eventually going to be hanging up in my office that I can show to you. Thank you so much again, HR. You're awesome. Jonathan said, my cousin made $45K from Street Fighter, bought a Mint 7 10-pack for 2K wax and sold it for 13K wax. Troy says, I got to pull Ronan away from Clubhouse. Listen, the man is killing it. He is on a glow up there in Clubhouse, so I think I'm going to let him do his thing. Great to see you guys here. We've had an absolutely great week with lads, and we got one coming up as well. Again, we have NFT Live. We've got Easy Street. We've got Game Night. We've got Poker. Another full week there. I think this is an alpha leak, although not much alpha is being leaked. Just more information. But we're going to be moving NFT Live to twice a week. That's just based on demand for that industry. If we can get you guys more content, the better. Cogs or Splinterlands, which has more potential? My gut says Cogs. I would look at what RFox... I think there's a lot of RFox guys here in the chat. Again, not financial advice, but there's a lot of things happening in that little ecosystem there. So my gut says Cogs. All right. Great episode here today, guys. We got through it. Usually we're sitting around hour 45. It's an hour and 7 minutes right now, I think. Easy and Crypto saying Clubhouse has been crazy. I've been chilling with Ronan and MC Hammer on stage. Loadmaster sold to LeBron James. If you guys want handouts, you know where to go. Everyone's having... Look, this is what we're talking about. This is a bull run. Do not lever up. You can have fun just like everybody else in the chat as long as you don't get liquidated. Because everything is going up. We're going to figure out what days we want to run NFT Live. It obviously can't be... We need to mix it up and make sure that we're doing the content on the right days. Maybe a Tuesday, Thursday sounds about right. Well, I'll let you guys know. HR, thank you for the 25 HK. Shout out to everybody in the house. Man, NFTs, DeFi, there are so many different things happening right now. I know it is a lot to take in, but that's one of the reasons why you want to get in our Discord. Jump on in. Ask some questions. We'll get you set up. If you're brand new at DeFi, if you're brand new at NFTs, we're going to do that for you. The last shout out I'm going to give here, I believe it is, let me make sure, Bad Weather. Bad Weather joined. Instant Guardian status. Jumped into the Street Fighter sale with us. I sent you a pack, big dog. Appreciate your involvement. Massmate, should the lads going to the moon after more NFT live? Oh my coins, awesome to hear NFT live going to twice a week. Where's the best place to buy cryptos? What platform? Permda is saying, damn, more layer 1. You talking makes it more difficult to code, but I can't stay away. There he is! Our resident llama cow who makes moo noises. Hopping in just as we're about to leave. We have a llama sighting. All right, guys. I'm going to actually, I know we had a little bit of a problem last week. Although most people were able to claim, I did see some people having issues claiming their tokens, their LADS tokens. I am going to drop this link in the chat. Hopefully we don't have any issues this time. And then the other big piece of news, we are talking with Collabland at 5 o'clock. What that is going to allow us to do. Right now we basically have 3 wallets that you need for LADS. You have your Roll wallet that you should definitely have. It's basically off-chain for the most part, but it lets you transfer to your ETH wallet. So you have your MetaMask, you have your Roll, and then you had to transfer to your Discord, to tip.cc, so that you could take part in the tipping or what have you. What we're going to do with Collabland is make it so that Roll wallet is your Discord wallet. So now we'll be able to do all these really cool things within your Roll wallet. That's awesome. Chat is absolutely blowing up here. Ken Luang. Hey, yo, what's good? I just got here. Dang. Yeah, listen, some people got timing. Only got 1 token last time. Well, guess what? We're going to 10x you, or probably 15x you, or 20x you. We'll see. All right, there are 62 of you in the house. I appreciate you guys stopping by today. Thank you, Llama, for making the moo noises. It really brightens my day. I gotta be honest. And you will be getting a little bit more than 1 token today. When LADS equals 1 ETH. No one said that. I just said that. Awesome. I dropped that link for you guys. I'm going to leave that open for the next 60 seconds so that nobody's kind of claiming it after we drop it over a long period of time. Awesome to see you guys on a Monday. Hopefully you didn't get liquidated. Thank you so much for stopping by. I believe next Layer 1 Live, definitely next NFT Live, we'll have the entire gang on. That's always fun. All right, folks, 30 seconds left. I'm going to stop this this link. It looks like only 2 have earned. Are you guys having issues again? Huh. All right, it looks like more and more of you guys are being able to claim. So if you do have an issue, I think you need to continue to try. Maybe log out and then try again. Because I do see guys coming in claiming. So there we go. Most of you guys should be claiming at this moment. I will leave it open for another 30 seconds, and I will close it out. So if you guys have issues, let me know in Discord. Let me know in Lad City. You guys have been absolutely killing it. We've seen a huge amount of growth in new lads over the past week, and that has a lot to do with you guys coming to the stream and making it lit. So, again, thank you so much. Our vibe, our tribe, and like our friend Dimitri always says, happy trading.